Hello, I'm Dr. Justin Norden, partner at GSR Ventures, where I focused on the intersection of AI and healthcare. What's really exciting right now is where Chat GPT and these large language models are getting applied in healthcare. What people don't really quite understand is the pace of improvement of these models is astounding. About 6 months ago, when Chat GPT was released, and people tested it on medical school board exams, the final exam in med school, step 2, it was about the bottom of the class. Fast forward just a few months, GPT-4 getting released a couple weeks ago. It went from the bottom of the class to nearly top of the class. Previously, it was focused on just text. Now we're doing text and image, although the image part isn't yet released. It's really hard to grasp kind of how fast these things are improving and the potential implications in healthcare. Everything from patient messaging, image interpretation, patient self-diagnosis, other things like that. All of which, none yet are FDA approved. Is this a medical device? What's going to happen? There's so many unanswered questions, but I think the interesting thing that we can all take away is it's out there in the wild today and people are using it. You know, there was recently a thread where someone used the new GPT-4 model to go through a blood panel for their dog, diagnosing a particular type of anemia that the vet missed. Patients are using this now to interpret their radiology reports, their other labs that are now getting released to them before a doctor is actually able to interpret it. So these things are out in the wild and they're going to start to get used in healthcare. I think it's really exciting to finally look at a technology that really automates so many administrative other functions far before we actually move on to these healthcare use cases. But it's a really exciting moment. This is probably the most impactful technology we've seen in years, and I'm excited to see where and how people apply this to healthcare. So let's rewind a few years. You know, generative AI, some of these models first came to the scene around 2014 with generative adversarial network scans, a person named Ian Goodfellow, where could we kind of train models, kind of play them against themselves to generate new synthetic data and see how that's working. Fast forward a few years, we had the biggest foundation model paper, Attention is All You Need, developed by a team of researchers at Google, where they had the first architecture that was really built in the same way that these foundation models and things like Chat GPT are being used today. That was in 2017 at Google. Actually, lots of those researchers left to OpenAI, to the other companies and startups in the space that have really founded all of the other large foundation model companies. But what's really happened? You know, if we go back in AI previously has really just been used at the state of the art for things like serving us ads. You know, these aren't safety critical systems. It doesn't really matter if I get it wrong. It's just kind of an additional sale for something in terms of personalization. We've really yet to see AI truly integrate into safety critical systems such as healthcare, you know, or the one people really like to focus on previously, autonomous vehicles. Previously, that's where my company worked, Trustworthy AI. We were trying to work on how do you actually test, verify, and understand where and how these algorithms fail, and are they actually doing the job you sent them out to do? It's not good enough to say, hey, let's let the algorithm go work in the public and see what happens. You know, that's where we were working on. We started that company around 2017, actually pivoted out of the medical device space to focus on the autonomous vehicle world, where we eventually sold that company to Waymo. Fast forward to today, we now have these AI systems out and open to the public. We really do need ways to understand how we test them, how we verify they're doing the right thing, and what are the safety guardrails we need to put them in place, especially when we start to apply them in healthcare.